welcome back to Holy Homes Reset. Man, it's so good to be back and to talk about seasons shifting. What I'm going to do for you is I'm going to give you an example of what I mean when I talk about seasonal conversations. You're going to have to pick the seasons where your life shifts the most. And just to let you know, sometimes you're going to have seasonal conversations that are unexpected because seasons shift unexpectedly. But I think for most of us, within the rhythm of a year, there's some expected seasons and shifts. So here's an example. This summer is a season where our boys stay up a little bit later. They sleep in a little bit later. They're at home a little bit later. They're at one of our kids is there all the way up until it's work time. And so during the summer, I have my quiet time with the Lord when I first get into the office, and then I work out during lunch. And that's my pattern every single day. Summer comes, and then summer ends. And when we head into the fall, Lex and I realized, hey, seasons are shifting. What does it look like for us as to have a rhythm now in our family in the fall? So what it looks like for us now is Lex, we all wake up around 5:30. I hang out with the boys. She hangs out with the boys. We get them ready. 6:30, she leaves to take the boys to school. 6:30, I go to work out and have my quiet time with Jesus. I'm in the office after that. And then she has her own time in the afternoon when I'll go pick up the boys if everything works out perfectly. It doesn't work out perfectly every day, but if everything works out perfectly, that's how it will flow. So that was a season shift. The season shifted, and so our rhythm shifted. What's important about that is that the summer for us is actually one of our busiest times. We do get to travel some and have vacation with family some, but summer is very full with summer encounter and VBS and things of that nature. So June is kind of family vacay month, a little bit more relaxed month. July is loaded. It is packed. And so really, honestly, July is not a very restful month. So if we kept that July schedule going into school, letting the boys go to bed late, letting them sleep in, getting out the door last minute, then working out, it would all set up our family and our home for failure. Our mornings during that time would be set up for failure because there's a certain time they have to be out the door versus in the summer, there's not a certain time they have to be out the door. So they can from 7 to 8:30 in the summer chill at the house, good. But in the school year, they have to be out the door by 6:30 to make it to Lake Jackson. So what I'm trying to show you there is that there was a seasonal shift. And if we would have tried to keep the same rhythm that we had in July, if we would have tried to keep that same rhythm in August, it would have set up our home for chaos. So we had to reorder the rhythm in which our family did stuff. If the Lord has called y'all to be a sports family this fall, that's going to add some elements in that maybe weren't there during the summer. Or maybe he called you to be a sports family in the summer and you're not one in the fall. Whatever it is, different things are happening in different seasons. What I'm really trying to say is we should be people that have foresight. So here's really what I want to challenge you to do. Is I want to challenge you to, in your home, sit down either as a family or sit down by yourself, to sit down and to pull out a calendar and look at that calendar, spread it out and say, okay, what do we know we have going on in this calendar? So for example, if you're our family, we know July crazy busy, June some family vacay, fall pretty chill, spring a little bit busier, holidays, a lot of church stuff, a lot of family stuff, a lot of office stuff. So we know kind of, okay, these are where, so before all those seasons come up, we're going to set a time at the beginning of each one of those seasons, maybe a week out or 2 weeks out, just to sit around the dinner table and to say, here's what's coming up. Is there a way to shift our rhythms to be able to operate in a way that is in more peace and is more alignment with God so that we can experience the fullness of what God has for us in the season? So that's really the challenge. It's a simple challenge. Get a big piece of paper. Spread it out on a dinner table. If it's just you, do it too. If it's a family, do it. If it's just a spouse, do it. And look at, what does our year look like? Do we see seasons within that year? Maybe it's 2 seasons, maybe it's 3 seasons, maybe it's 4 seasons. Okay, we see them. Now, a week to 3 weeks before those seasons start, let's sit down, let's get unified, let's get a vision for how we're walking in this season. Most of the time, we're frustrated with people in our home, or we are even frustrated with ourselves if we live alone, because we have division. One of us wants one thing, the other wants another thing. Or if we live by ourselves, we desire one thing, but our lifestyle's rhythm is producing another thing. So I sit down 1 to 3 weeks before this season shift, and I just lay it all out, and I look at it and I say, okay, this is coming up in this season. Let's get on one vision. What does it look like? Okay, you can work out in the morning at 6:30 and do your quiet time then. I can do it in the afternoon. Okay, we both win. We're good. We have the same vision. So now, the only time there's frustration is when we operate outside of the vision that we pre-planned for, that we had pre-sight or foresight for. So that's what I'm trying to encourage us to do. It's really, really simple. It's not crazy. But I think if we just had these conversations throughout the year when we know seasons are shifting, I think there would be so much more peace in our homes. And so that's really my challenge for you, is to have foresight, to see when seasons are going to shift, and get on one vision and invite the Holy Spirit into it to make sure that you're staying tethered to the greatest desire, which is to be intimate with the Holy Spirit. I hope that helps, and I hope it's a blessing to you. Like I've said many, many times, please leave any comments if there's a way we can help you, or there's a way that we can support you, or there's any questions we can ask. I love you so much, and I'll talk to you soon. Just keep showing up. See you tomorrow morning, Saturday. Probably send it out around 10 a.m., but we'll talk about an annual family review. So, love you. Peace.